Happy Frugal Friday, friends. It's Kate, your frugal friend who believes you don't have to spend a fortune to feel rich. Today, we're talking about how to feel abundant and happy and content, even when you're living the frugal life. Because frugality isn't about scarcity, it's about intention. Let's talk about how to feel rich right where you are. Let's get into it. Number one is to define what rich means to you. When most people talk about rich, they're thinking yachts, mansions, private jets, that kind of rich. But to be very, very honest, at my age now, I feel rich when I have a full pantry, a cozy home, all my bills paid on time, leisure time to spend with my son. You don't need money to have that rich feeling. Try to redefine what wealth means to you. And that's gonna look really different to everyone. And I feel like when I was younger, I had different visions of rich, but now my needs, I feel, are so different, knowing what's important in my life and what I prioritize. So take a little time to think, what does rich really feel like for you? Here's a little example of when I experienced the traditional rich and what I kind of thought about it after. So back when I went on my vacation in Florida several years ago, I documented it for you. It's when I went to Disney. I'll leave a link at the end if you want to check that out, or I'll leave an eye in the sky or in the description. I'll put it somewhere. But if you watch that video, it was a blast. We were in like what I would probably consider a mansion for this vacation. And it had a theater, it had a pool, a hot tub. I don't even know how many bedrooms and bathrooms. And it was very luxurious for me because I'm from a small town in Maine, right? And this felt like luxury to me. And if you watch that video, you will see we had a great time. But I don't think I shared this in the video. Maybe I did. But there was this one night where I stayed back to watch all the children so the rest of the adults could have some adult time, because one of the kids is mine. And I was like, oh, I'll stay back. We'll go in the pool. We'll go in the hot tub. We'll have a blast. And I just kind of instinctively started to kind of pretend like this was my house. Like, what would it feel like if this was my house? Like, wow, right? The game room and just everything felt, just very upgraded and very excellent. And I thought, what would it be like to live here? And then my mind started to go to, oh, it would be so great. Sorry, Slate is always making noises here. Hey, baby. What I would really feel great about is inviting everyone over. This table had 1 million seats, so we could have like a big dinner. And oh, if you go to Kate's house, look, we can all watch a movie in the theater. We can watch a YouTube video in the theater. Look at the hot tub. Look at the screened in amazing pool. Like it would be more for like, to be showy, like look at all the stuff I have and I can entertain you in my big house. And I quickly realized, and then I thought, who's gonna clean this house? Like, that's where my mind went. And I was like, oh my gosh, the upkeep, and what does it cost to keep this pool running, and the heated, the heat of the hot tub. And my brain was starting to calculate all the numbers, and I was thinking, wow, this feels like a lot of high maintenance, And anyway, the whole point of this is, it was fun to have that experience for a short period of time, but me personally, I don't need that all the time. It was so great to have a vacation and have a period of time where that was my life, but I don't need that every day, you guys, not me. I live in a humble home that I'm so proud to have bought, and I'm so happy with my son here, and I like it to be cozy and happy, and that's all I need. I'm not even home half the time. I'm at work. And, I don't need that. Me personally, I don't need that kind of rich in my life. It's fun to experience for short little periods of time. But as far as every day, sticking to the basics, guys. I had a day off with my son the other day, and I felt like the richest person in the world. Number two, If you're on a tight budget, but you still want to feel rich, my tip to you is to practice gratitude every single day. Every morning, when I wake up, when my eyes open, a million things want to come out of my mouth. Like, I don't want to get up, please, 10 more minutes, right? But instead, the one sentence I say, sometimes out loud, sometimes just in my head, is, I have everything I need. And while I could get into the laundry list of how tired I am and what I have to do later and, all the things, right, that your brain starts cycling as soon as I get up, as soon as you get up, I start with, I have everything I need. It's reassurance to me. I've got everything I need just as it is right now. And again, I know I keep getting back to those basics, but a roof over my head, food in my kitchen, a safe place for me and my baby. He's not such a baby anymore. He's 12. But that I'm so grateful for. Family, friends. And when you get into the habit of reaffirming that you have what you need, when you can focus on, oh, I have the things that mean the most to me, it's really going to make you feel rich and abundant. At nighttime, I try to think about, as I'm going to bed, maybe like 3 things that I'm grateful for. And it could be something big, like, oh, I made an extra mortgage payment, if we're talking about finances. But sometimes it's just as simple as, gosh, that cup of coffee was great this morning. Oh, it was so great. My friend out of the blue texted me to check on me, see how I'm doing. Like, that kind of stuff really means a ton to me, and I'm filled with gratitude and makes me feel rich. Gratitude shifts your mindset from, I don't have enough, to, wow, I have so much. Bonus tip, if you're ever feeling in that state of lack, pick a spot in your house and declutter, and you will realize you have more than you ever bargained for. You have a spot in your house. There's a closet, there's a room, and it's pouring out with stuff. A drawer, things come out at you. Go through the things that are filled, overfilled, a space. There's some space in your house, a junk drawer, a closet, anywhere, and declutter, because you're going to be wanting to get rid of those things and give it away or sell it or whatever. And you're going to start to feel the richness that truly is your life. Number 3, beautify what you already own. On this channel, when we talk about frugal living, budgeting, and saving money, we often talk about using up what you already have. And in this case, we want to beautify what you already have. So you don't always have to be bringing in new things to feel rich. You need to take care of what you've already got. If you've got a car, if you're lucky enough to own a vehicle, keep it clean. Clear it out. Clean the outside. Take good care of it. Take pride in your ownership of your vehicle that you probably paid quite a bit for, and it gets you around day to day. It's very useful, and appreciate it. Think, wow, look at this beautiful car. Even if it's not the cutest and you've had it for a bit, think about how beautiful it is that you have this tool to get around. In your home, oh my goodness. Look at the fabrics in your clothes once in a while and be like, wow, this keeps me warm. This keeps me clothed. And look at your furniture and the craftsmanship and just like look at everything and just be like, I have all these things. I have plates to eat off of. I'm sure you've got some kind of decor. You can always take things, put them in different places, change your lamps around, beautify, make it beautiful, and keep it clean. It's about seeing what you already have through new eyes. A clean home and a calm heart, that's luxury, baby. If you've made it this far in the video, type in, I'm rich, so you are reminded that you are, in fact, very rich. Number 4, be generous even on a budget. You know what makes me feel really rich, like really rich, is giving to others. It doesn't have to be money. It can be time, attention, a compliment. Giving to others usually makes us feel pretty darn good. Generosity creates this abundance of energy. You're giving it, they're receiving it. It creates a lot of good flow in this life and makes you happy, makes the recipient happy. And sometimes they really need that. You really need that. Think when someone gives you something that you really need. It's important. I have a hard time talking about this, even though it's really important. Lately in the world, there's been a lot going on and a lot of people in need. And I work in a school, and I think sometimes people don't quite understand how much people are being impacted unless it's in front of them or they know someone or it's them. When you work in a school, sorry, you see those little faces in the hallway every day, and you know sometimes when families are gonna go without. And with what just happened with the world, we know and see the families, and we know sometimes when those kids go home on the weekend, maybe they're not gonna have food. So giving when you can is really important. And even sometimes when you think, oh, I don't have enough to give, but it's just a little, it can mean the world to someone. We have food bags that we send home every single weekend that are available to any family that needs it. We've done a lot of fundraising for our local food pantry and for the school and my whole entire school district. And this month, like when you're trying to be generous and you're trying to be prioritizing, especially in your frugal life, for example, me, right? Like, you know, my obsession is paying off my mortgage early, right? Like that's my single-minded debt obsession for me. I want to pay it off early for many, many reasons. But this month, it just didn't really make sense because yes, that would be so awesome to pay off my mortgage early. But this month, especially, it felt more important to get these resources to people that needed it. So you guys know I always put a certain amount of extra money toward my principal, right? I just took that money and I got it to who needed it. Several different places. There was a lot of need this month. And I just want to encourage you, do what you can with what you've got. And again, if it can't be money, your time, your energy, and even sometimes just your positivity is going to go a long way. Number 5 is to plan for joy and health no matter what. Frugality isn't just about cutting back, it's also about adding things that sweeten up your life. Plan for joy. If you're a person that loves to read, go to the library, take out some books, or even just read at the library. I think that is such a luxurious moment, actually reading in the library quietly. It just feels so great to me. Planning a game night with friends and family, a cozy night in, binging a great show. Oh, I just watched a good show I wanted to tell you about. It's called All Her Fault on Hulu. Ooh, juicy and full of twists. It was so good. Plan for joy, but also plan for health, and that means taking good care of yourself. There's nothing that's gonna make you feel more awful than feeling sick and not taking care of yourself, running yourself into the ground. You guys know I have lots of experience with that. So now I plan for health. And that means adding fruits and veggies, drinking my water, getting a good night's sleep. Doesn't a good night's sleep make you feel rich? It really does for me. It's not about deprivation. It's about designing a life that feels full without draining your wallet. But I do think exercise is another thing that you really should take more seriously. And I realize that every year as I get older, I'm like, I gotta keep moving my body. When I was younger, it was so easy. I was in sports, I was in dance, I was in all the things, you know? And so now it's like you gotta put in more of an effort as you get older when it's not built in, when you don't have PE class anymore, right? So I love walking. Here's one way that, now this did cost a little bit of money, but I'm gonna tell you, it's, I think, worth it in the long run. Okay, what's a gym membership cost these days? I mean, I guess if you went to like one of those, like a Planet Fitness where it's cheaper, but even that I think is like $20 a month. But a lot of places are like $30, $40, maybe $50 a month, depending, could be even more. I know some people that pay a lot more. I personally don't have in my calendar, in my schedule, a way that makes sense for me to get away to go to the gym. When my son is old enough to go to the gym, I think maybe we both would, maybe down the road, but he's not old enough yet. But I like to walk. You guys know my thing is walking. But what's happening now is it's getting dark here in Maine at like 3:45. I'm just like getting out of work around this time, right? And my son doesn't like to be home alone, and he doesn't like to be home alone in the dark. So, and it's freezing out. So I decided to go ahead and take the leap and order a walking pad. I think it was like $150, but $150 opposed to like a gym membership and opposed to not getting in the steps because it's freezing and it's dark and I can't leave my child alone, obviously. So it's just one of those things where it was a great investment. I just got it. I will leave the link down below. It's in my room. I just walk on it while I'm binge watching my shows. If I'm gonna watch my shows anyway, why not walk it out? I try to get those 10,000 steps in a day for my health so that I feel good. And when you plan for joy, and I feel more joyful when I'm healthy, and you plan for health, you're gonna feel rich. Time for a recap. If you wanna feel rich on a tight budget, number 1, redefine rich. Number 2, practice gratitude. Number 3, beautify and refresh what you already have. Number 4, be generous. And number 5, plan for joy and your health the best you can. Obviously, there's some things you can't avoid, but do your best. True wealth isn't necessarily what's in your bank account. It's what's right there in your heart. I know that sounds corny, but feel rich every day with these tips. If you are not subscribed yet, hit subscribe so you never miss a video. If you liked this one, hit the like button. I'm gonna leave another one for you right here. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.